Hi, I'm Kania. Welcome to my channel. I am reading another children's book today, and this one is called The Unexpected Love Story of Alfred Fiddleducking by Timothy Basil Ering. Can you see that? Again, for these, I think what I really want to focus on now is just my grandson. Hear my voice so that when he's sitting, looking, or in the rocker or eating, he can just kind of hear me in the background so that when I speak to him on video calls or whatever, that he recognizes my voice. This is a great idea for any grandparents or aunts or uncles that have little ones in their family that they lived far away from. And that was the point of me starting this little book series. And I kind of like it. It's just a way for me to kind of connect with him and to know that these are there for him and they will always be there for him online when I can not be close to him. So, okay. Wave after wave of thanks, appreciation, and love to Dad, Jen, Finn, and Sawyer, Kay, Lots, and M. Hanley. And to Yvonne, Irene, Ering, my mom, gentle and loving and simply magical. Okay. So just so you know, I may not be showing a lot of pictures because I just want to focus on the reading. Okay. Captain Alfred was sailing home. On his little boat, there were new ducks for his farm and, nestled safe inside his fiddle case, a precious gift for his wife. It was a beautiful duck egg that was very close to hatching. A duckling born in my fiddle case must be named Alfred Fiddleducking, Captain Alfred said with a giggle. You're going to be a very special little duckling, Captain Alfred told the egg. But something unexpected was coming. It was a storm, a big one. A sudden and mighty gale whipped the seas into a raging fury. After an endless hour of howling wind and tossing seas, there was silence. No waves, no wind. A blanket of fog covered everything. Now that's a little. I did read these books to make sure they weren't too scary. Hidden in the whiteness as thick as pea soup sat a little cottage overlooking the bay. On the porch stood a gentle lady in a gray wool coat. Tears of worry dropped from her cheeks into the mist. Yet, far offshore, deep in the fog, alone and drifting, the egg cracked. No one was there to hug little Alfred when he tumbled out of his shell. But there was an object floating not too far away in the waves. Alfred quacked. The object didn't quack back. Alfred swam up to it. It did not reach out to him, but Alfred embraced the object with all of his heart he caressed it so it would not feel as lonely as he did. Then something unexpected happened. And this is Alfred hugging the little, that's so cute, the little fiddle. The object made the most beautiful sound Alfred had ever heard. Alfred loved the object, and by the sound of its beautiful music, the object loved Alfred too. They drifted through the fog, over wave after wave, playing together until bump, Alfred felt something touch his feet. They had landed at a very mysterious place. Alfred held the object close. "Don't be afraid," he said, and in a few moments, the soft, comforting sounds began again. The sounds drifted on through the foggy reeds until they reached the very keen ears of a beast that was lurking in the tall grasses. The beast's heart pounded. How unexpected! He wanted to follow these sounds. He charged through the fog and found them. Drool dripped from the beast's jaw. It leaned in even closer. Alfred trembled with fear, and his music became fast and wild. The huge beast lifted its front paws high into the air until it was standing tall on its hind legs. And then, suddenly, that big old beast started to dance. Captain Alfred's lost dog had longed for the sounds of his master's fiddle. He, too, had been very lonely. Now, in just a twinkle of an eye, the duckling and the dog were best buddies. This is cute. Being lost with a friend was much better than being lost alone. Sadly, though, lost was lost. As the hours stretched by, the friends grew cold, wet, helpless. The tiny quivering music left in the object was not enough to boost their spirits. But that tiny sound was enough to excite the ears of the gentle lady wearing the gray wool coat, who was praying for her husband, her dog, and the new ducks for their farm to return home safely. She ran through the fog, straight toward the sound of Alfred's fiddle. Tears of happiness streamed from her eyes when she saw her beloved doggie. Then she marveled at the beautiful duckling and his magical fiddle playing. "Please don't stop," she said. "Don't ever stop playing your wonderful music. You are a very special duckling." Alfred felt more joy at these strangely familiar words than he had ever felt in his body before. It's no surprise that the most joyous sounds of all bounced from his fiddle. But you see, those sounds were a surprise, a very unexpected surprise to someone else. And you can guess what will happen if Alfred Fiddleducking just keeps on playing. The end. Because it's the farmer and all the other little ducks. Yay! And that was The Unexpected Love Story of Alfred Fiddleducking by Timothy Basil Ering. Thank you for listening. One more book and then we're done. Take care.